Thank you guys for coming back and joining me again today for another edition of Beshear and Bourbon, or Bourbon with Beshear, however you like to say it today. I'm going to circle back around and do a drink that I posted a picture of, but I really didn't show you how to make it a few days ago. We're going to swing back around to the Bourbon Old Fashioned drink. Now this is a drink that people fight over in Kentucky on where it's from. The Galt House in Louisville claims that they invented the drink, but I have it on good authority that this drink actually was first made in the Pendennis Club, which was a private club and still is a private club in Louisville, Kentucky. And the bartender that made it was a guy by the name of James E. Pepper. And many will know that there is a bourbon named after Pepper now, and a distillery called the Pepper Distillery. It's important, again, as we do with a lot of these drinks that we've made lately, is that we start with our base. A little bit of sugar. And I'm going to make 2 cocktails today, so I'm going to double up our numbers, but I'll give you the breakdowns. That's not a huge deal. And our bitters. So there's 4 dashes of bitters, and again, I'm using the Copper and Kings, which I think is a very good bourbon. Now, the other thing is a lot of people would ask you to use orange bitters, but there's a lot of bartenders that would rather muddle a rind, because you're going to get a lot of oil out of that rind into that sugar and those bitters, and it's going to really add to the flavor when we make this. So just crush it down. Make sure you get it pushed hard on the rind of the orange so that you get a lot of the oil out of it. Now here's where it gets a little different, and different people make it differently. We're going to go ahead and use 2 ounces. Since I'm making 2 of these drinks, I'm going to use 4 ounces. And again, I'm going to use our Old Forester bourbon. Great utility bourbon, amazing quality. 1 2-ounce pour, 2 2-ounce pours, just a little extra for the fun of it today. So let's set that back down. Go ahead and try to stir that up a little bit before we put ice in it. This lets the sugar dissolve a little bit more into here. Helps get the orange oil into the alcohol at that point. Now let's put some ice in here and stir it again. While I'm doing this, I wanted to mention that this is a fun outlet for me. I'm enjoying doing this, and I suggest that you guys do whatever you can to have an outlet during this time period. I have some very close friends that we did trivia last night on the computer. Cyclops Brewery out of Spartanburg, South Carolina runs an online trivia. They did it last night. They'll probably do it again in a week or so. I suggest you look them up on the internet and see how they are. Now here's the next step of this. We're going to go ahead and strain this into the glass. If you'll follow me over here, I'm going to grab some ice. I like to use these balls of ice for this drink. It keeps the drink from getting watered down too much. So let's go ahead and strain this into our glass. Now the Bourbon Old Fashioned, because it's got a little bit of orange in it, we use what's called a flag to garnish it. And there you have the Bourbon Old Fashioned. And while we're talking about it, it's a beautiful drink. J.T. Geisinger said in one of his books, "My mother always told me that there are very few things in life that a good hug cannot cure. And those things that it cannot cure are what they made bourbon for." So give somebody a hug today and have a good bourbon at the same time. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Please comment in the comments below if you'd like to, or like, or subscribe to us on YouTube. We appreciate your time. Thank you.